more powerful. Now, if you admitted you were a communist or you told people the names of communists, sometimes what would happen is you couldn't get a job. Okay? That was not legal, but it did happen, and that was called blacklist. Oh, sorry. It's called blacklisting. Blacklisted. If you're on some kind of list that says you're a communist, you're blacklisted. A lot of people in the film industry, because actors and writers and directors, well, they think, they have brains, and so some of them really want to think about, well, is communism good, is communism not good, just meetings. But a lot of these people were called in front of the committee and said, tell us about you, tell us about your communist friends. So a lot of people in the film industry were called in front of these committees. And again, they were blacklisted so that they lost their jobs. A lot of people could not work in the film industry anymore. Here's an interesting guy, Arthur Miller. Say Arthur Miller. He wrote this very famous play. Maybe you know it, maybe you don't know it, Death of a Salesman. It's a very famous play. Not a happy play, but it's a very famous play. He also wrote another play that I really want to talk about, which is The Crucible. Say The Crucible. He wrote it in 1952, during McCarthyism. But the story is not about communists. The story is not about Senator McCarthy. The story is about witches. Why? Well, it's true. Hundreds of years ago, in 1692, on the east coast of America, people were afraid of witches. They would get witches, and they would bring them in front of the group, and they would say, "Are you a witch?" And they'd say, "No." And they'd say, "We know you're a witch. We're going to kill you." And they would. So, Arthur Miller wrote this play, even though it's about witches. His meaning was he thinks it's the same kind of feeling as the committees that are happening now. They're not trying to find witches, they're trying to find communists, but he thinks it's the same kind of unfair committees, unfair trials, unfair trying to hurt people. Okay? So he's writing about witches, but really the meaning is about communism and McCarthy.